Hey, so what's up guys? In this video, we're going to take a look at Earthshaker from Williams, released in 1989 from designer Pat Lawlor. This table, along with two others, are releasing on December 12th in the Williams Volume 8 pack. You'll get Earthshaker, Bonsai Run, and Black Knight 2000. But in this video, I want to show you some early gameplay footage of the table and talk to you a little bit about why I think Earthshaker is such a great table and why it makes a good addition to the Williams lineup. And so the first thing being, Earthshaker was the very first table to ever include a shaker motor inside of its cabinet. And the shaker motor would actually start to rumble and vibrate during specific modes, like multi-ball. And when players experienced this, it was something that had never been done before in pinball. And it seems so simple, right? When you reflect back on it, a shaker motor doesn't seem like anything crazy. But at the time, it had never been done before. So that's one of the things that Earthshaker is really known for. And that you should remember is that it was the first table to include a shaker motor. Now, the thing about this shaker motor is that during modes like multi-ball, it would make the gameplay a little more difficult, right? I mean, imagine trying to score a jackpot when the table is moving back and forth. But at the same time, it made playing this table and others like it quite fun and challenging. I mean, it's really cool when you can play a table like Earthshaker, score a jackpot when you have a table moving back and forth, right? And it just made it speaks to the concept of why Pat Lawlor was such an incredibly talented pinball designer. Because when he made tables, he had in mind the player experience, and that's something that he wanted to explore more. He didn't want pinball tables. He didn't want you to go away from his table not having something that you could remember and enjoy. So he wanted to really make his tables an experience. And that's what you got with Earthshaker. A table that's about earthquake researching and earthquakes. And you got that rumble going. You remembered and you could, easily associate, Earthshaker with that rumble feature. Other tables would include it in the future, like Data East Last Action Hero had one. Pat Lawlor also included an Earthshaker motor in his Wide Body Delight Red and Ted's Roadshow, which is really fun to play. But, it just makes the table that much more interesting. And so the analogy that I like to use is if you remember back in the late 90s when console systems like the Nintendo 64 and the PlayStation, when they added rumble features, right? You'd buy a rumble pack and you connect it to the Nintendo 64 controller. And when you'd play certain games, the controller would rumble and shake. And players really loved that. I remember really thinking that was the coolest thing ever, right? But it was something so simple, and that's the direction a lot of a lot of games is going towards. Not just something that you play, but something that you experience. And so in that respect, Pat Lawlor was ahead of his time, because now you take it to 2024 and beyond. A lot of gaming studios are going into virtual reality because virtual reality and VR is very much an experience, and that's what players really want. They don't just want to play something, they want to experience something, right? The importance is on the experience. And so Earthshaker was really known for that, being a novel experience, and it even promoted itself as a, quote, moving experience. So along with that, you also had catchy music and catchy call-outs, and unique rules as well. And just all around, Earthshaker really encompasses a lot of what makes pinball great. But Pat Lawlor, when he designed it in 1989, that shaker motor was just so cool. And it really attracted a lot of players to the table itself. I'm pretty sure if you look at videos in the arcades, it was probably really loud. Having a big shaker motor, you need a really powerful one to move like a 200-pound table, right? Something else that I think is pretty interesting about Earthshaker is that earlier versions in the prototype included a movable building that would go up and down, the Earthshaker Institute the Earthquake Institute, I should say. But Williams realized that having a movable object or toy would actually malfunction, and it was actually a little more expensive to produce. So they cut back on that. But the cool thing is, this digital version here, you can see the Earthquake Institute moving up and down. And hobbyists who later purchased this machine would actually add this feature back because they thought it was so cool at the time. So I hope you enjoyed, and I look forward to playing this with you guys in tournament environments like 1 ball, 5 minute, and I think it's a great addition to the Williams lineup on Pinball FX. Till next time, I'll catch you guys later. Take care.
Sunny drive time.